Nothing can prepare you for what's coming.
Let's fly!
Rolling Stone raves.
Watch this.
The ending will rock your world.
That's major. We can't forget that.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, rated PG-13.
Hey guys, Mr. Everything here, back with another movie review video, and in today's video, we're going to be reviewing Ant-Man and the Wasp. Alright, so just one thing right off the bat, just real quick. So this screen you're looking at right now, which is the thumbnail for the video, don't worry, you're not going to be looking at the screen the whole video. I'm going to be adding clips and images from the film, just to add entertainment. And the reason I do that is, if I keep it on the screen for the majority of the video, add a few clips and images, it cuts down time on editing, so I can get the review out as quick as possible for you guys. Alright, so just starting off with the cast, obviously you have the returning cast from the first film. You got Paul Rudd as Scott Lang, Ant-Man. You got Evangeline Lilly as Hope / the Wasp. Michael Douglas as Hank Pym. Michael Pena as Luis. T.I.'s Dave. And just everybody else from the original Ant-Man film. And also you have your newcomers. You have Hannah John Kamen as Ghost. Michelle Pfeiffer is the original Wasp, Janet Van Dyne. And Lawrence Fishburne as Bill Foster. And just, the story of this film, the basic story is, Scott Lang, this film takes place right after Civil War. Scott Lang is on house arrest. And basically Hope, Hank, and Scott had to figure out a way to get Janet Van Dyne out of the quantum realm. And then just starting off with the positives, this film is really fun. It's a fun time. It's a family-friendly film is what they like to call it. Just a nice fun time, just to lighten up your mood after the dark, depressing Infinity War ending. And then also the chemistry with Wasp and Ant-Man is very good. Evangeline Lilly and Paul Rudd worked so well together. And going along with that, Scott and Cassie's relationship, their dad and daughter relationship is so great. The little actress that plays Cassie Lang is so adorable and super cute. And just their relationship just works. You actually believe that they're a dad and daughter. Like, it's so realistic. And then also the action scenes in the film is just super great. I love all the macro and micro action scenes, which is basically where they're tiny. And the director actually said that in a few interviews. It's what they call macro units or micro, I forgot what they call them. But it's basically where they shoot the action in the tiny form. So when Wasp and Ant-Man, they're like on the ground or something, they get super small cameras and they shoot them at the ground to shoot those action scenes, and then they get back in their full size and shoot the regular action scenes in real life. So yeah, it's really cool, and all the CGI is great as well. It looks super realistic. I also love all the shrinking tech in the film, all the shrinking and enlarging tech. You see a few shots in the trailer. You see Wasp enlarge a Pez machine. You see her do the same thing with a salt shaker. You see cars could go tiny and then they can also enlarge back to full size. So just the way they utilize all the shrinking tech and enlarging tech is really cool in the film, and it actually helps them out, and it's very useful in all the situations they're in. And also just the Wasp in this film, she kicks ass. Obviously this is her full introduction. We got hints at it in the first Ant-Man film, where she's basically the one that trained Scott. It's like, if anything, she should have been the one that got a suit, because she's more capable of being the superhero. And yeah, she kicks a lot of ass in this film. She outdoes Ant-Man, and not just because he's on house arrest, just because she's better, period. She's more trained for this. And I love how her introduction, this isn't like a typical superhero origin film. Like, this is technically her origin, but she doesn't come out stumbling, fumbling like Ant-Man or like your other typical superhero. She comes right out of the gate just kicking ass, because she already knows what she's doing. And I guess jumping into the negatives, this movie does feel kind of like a filler movie. Like I don't know, it just sort of, and that's not necessarily a negative. I wouldn't say this film is forgettable, but I wouldn't say super rewatchable either. Like, for example, this isn't a Infinity War. This isn't a Black Panther. Like, you're not going to be rewatching this 50,000 times, or maybe you will, but just for me personally, and the vibe I got from a lot of other people, just I feel like it's a fun time, a nice fun time at the movie theaters. I believe this movie is 1 hour and 59 minutes, so basically just 2 hours on the dot. It's just a nice little quick, just breeze movie that you'll enjoy. You'll have a fun time with. Like I said, it's a very palate what do you call it? Palate cleanser, where it just clears the palate. Just a fun time after the dark, depressing Infinity War. I just think it's a quick, fun Marvel film, and something just fell off, and then I feel like that's the thing that was off. It's just a nice little filler Marvel film, not super rewatchable or anything. You'll enjoy it, but you're not gonna rewatch it 50 times. And also, one of my negatives would be Walton Goggins. He plays Sonny Birch, one of the villains in the film. he's really bad. Like, he's not a physical threat at all, and he's also not there to really do anything other than sort of to annoy the group. He's there basically to steal the tech from the group, and like throughout the whole film he's doing that. And he just gets super annoying. Like, you're just like, dude, get out of here. So yeah, he's not a very good villain at all. But Ghost, she's played by Hannah John Kamen. She's the other villain in this movie, and I really wouldn't even call her a villain. I actually really enjoyed her villain, I guess you could call her. I mean, really, she's just a problem to the, you know, Ant-Man and Wasp and the whole group. She's just a problem. I mean, I wouldn't really call her a villain, though. I would just call her an antagonist or a problem. You know, she just sort of gets in the way. But yet again, I really enjoyed her portrayal of the character. And like, you really get where she's coming from. I'm not gonna say it here because that would be spoilers, but yeah, you really get where she's coming from. And yeah, I really you know, I guess since this is a comedic movie, not every joke, you know, works. So I guess that would be a negative too. And before I give my score, I just wanted to stay for the post-credit scene. The first one specifically. The first one is very important to the MCU. It ties right into Avengers Infinity War and Avengers 4. So yeah, that first post-credit scene is very important. And that's why I put that TV spot at the beginning of the screen. This ending will rock your world. Because it really will. Like, the ending is actually... Oh man, the post credit scene, the first one specifically, like, I wouldn't stay for the second one. Like, if you guys are honestly asking me, like, a minor spoiler here, the second post credit scene is in the trailers. It's like a little funny gag. Like, honestly, it's really not that important. If I was to compare this with one other MCU film, I would compare it with Thor Ragnarok. And it's very similar with their post-credit scenes. The first Thor Ragnarok post-credit scene is very important to the MCU, just like this one. The first post-credit scene for Thor Ragnarok is the opening of Infinity War. Whereas the second post-credit scene for Thor Ragnarok is just a funny gag with Jeff Goldblum. This film is very similar. The first post-credit scene is very important. Like, you must watch it. You have to stay to watch it. Whereas the second one is just a funny gag. And like I said, it's actually in the trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp. So, like, you honestly don't even have to watch it if you don't want to. So if you gotta pee or something, or you want to leave the theater, you can after you watch that first one. But anyway, I'm going to give Ant-Man and the Wasp a B-. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it's a fun time. I was going to give it a C+, but I mean, a B- is super close to a C+. So C+, B-, whatever. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it's a fun time. Not better than Infinity War, not better than Black Panther. I wouldn't say it's better than the first Ant-Man either. I actually really enjoyed the first Ant-Man. I would probably give the first Ant-Man a B+. So yeah, not too much higher. Like, you know, it's not too much worse or anything. It's not like, oh my god, this is drastically worse. I think it's a very good follow-up, a very good sequel to the first Ant-Man, and a sequel to Civil War, whatever you want to call it, a prequel to Infinity War. It's a lot of things, to be honest. When you're in a big universe like this, it's honestly not even a sequel to just the first film. It's a sequel to Civil War, a prequel to Infinity War. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, B-. But anyway, guys, be sure to like, subscribe if you guys are new. Check out my other movie review videos, Ant-Man and the Wasp videos, and have a great rest of your day. All right, bye, guys.